Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another chapter of I Am That by Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Chapter 3 today. I love chapter 3. I'm excited for it because it contains one of my favorite quotes of Nisargadatta Maharaj, which we will get to very quickly. Let's just start for one short moment, becoming aware of the silence that is always here, aware of the stillness which is always here. And I shall share the screen here. Going to chapter 3 here. So again, I will not be reading this entire book. I'm just selecting excerpts from the book to focus upon and to really just elicit a deeper meditation for us. So Maharaj says, what do you consider to be wrong with your mind? And the person says, it is restless, greedy of the pleasant and afraid of the unpleasant. Maharaj says, what is wrong with its seeking the pleasant and shirking the unpleasant? And here's the quote, between the banks of pain and pleasure, the river of life flows. Between the banks of pain and pleasure, the river of life flows. It is only when the mind refuses to flow with life and gets stuck at the banks that it becomes a problem. By flowing with life, I mean acceptance. Letting come what comes and go what goes. Letting come what comes and go what goes. Desire not, fear not, observe the actual as and when it happens. For you are not what happens. You are to whom it happens. But ultimately, even the observer, you are not. You are the ultimate potentiality of which the all-embracing consciousness is the manifestation and expression. Jumping down here to Maharaj. Surely, the memory of an event cannot pass for the event itself, nor can the anticipation. There is something exceptional, unique about the present event, which the previous or the coming do not have. There is a livingness about it, an actuality. It stands out as if illuminated. There is the stamp of reality on the actual, which the past and the future do not have. That's another great quote. There is the stamp of reality on the actual, which the past and the future do not have. The past is even 5 minutes ago. The future, 5 minutes from now. Neither one of those is in this present moment. All we ever have is this present moment. And of course, as soon as the present moment is beginning, it's also ending. So you have this, like a film, I don't know if they do this anymore, but the old films, they used to splice and they had the reel of film and things like that. And you could see each moment of the movie, like little photographs, right? So as soon as one is presented, the next one comes, and the next, and the next. But the observer, the awareness, because Nisargadatta says ultimately, even the observer, even the witness, so many people try to cultivate or become aware of something called the witness. But of course, if you look for a witness, you never find the witness. There is no such thing as a witness. We use this terminology to speak about a place, but there is no witness. Ultimately, you have to realize that you see it, that all there is nothing, this emptiness, this awareness that is aware. And life, again, moving on the banks of pain and pleasure, is flowing. And the awareness is simply watching it. And there is an acceptance of all that appears and disappears. Because when you really realize that you are untouched, this birthless, deathless awareness being, then you can allow everything to come and go. You are not that. This is just the play and expression and the manifestation of consciousness. But space can never be injured. You can't burn space. You can't make space wet. Space is untouched. This space-like awareness, this Parabrahman that you are, formless, empty. Let's continue here, and then we'll stop with I Am That book. But so the questioner says, what gives the present that stamp of reality? There is nothing peculiar in the present event to make it different from the past and future. For a moment, the past was actual, and the future will become so. What makes the present so different? Obviously, my presence. I am real, for I am always now. I am always now. I am always now. In the present. I can only be in the present. And what is with me now shares in my reality. What is with me now shares in my reality. The past is in memory, the future in imagination. There is nothing in the present event itself that makes it stand out as real. It may be some simple periodical occurrence like the striking of the clock. In spite of our knowing that the successive strokes are identical, the present stroke is quite different from the previous one and the next. The previous as the remembered, and the next as the expected. A thing focused in the now is with me. I am ever present. It is my own reality that I impart to the present event. This reminds me of another quote by Nisargadatta Maharaj when he says, you can have awareness without consciousness, but you cannot have consciousness without awareness. Consciousness, again, being everything that can change, everything that appears and disappears, thoughts, feelings, sensations, time, space. All of the expressions of consciousness are always changing. They're always changing. But how do you even know that they are and that they are changing without the presence of awareness? And this is why awareness is the doorway to the absolute, because the awareness is always present and it doesn't need anything. It doesn't need consciousness. It doesn't need an object to focus upon. That object can either be there or not. It doesn't change the nature of awareness. So a thing focused in the now is with me, for I am ever present. It is my own reality that I am part to the present event. Once again, we are brought to this seeming duality of awareness and consciousness. But of course, the two are one in reality. Prior to the awareness and the consciousness is the one Parabrahman, the absolute supreme reality. And these are just two expressions of that one thing. That which doesn't change about Parabrahman, that which is aware, and that which is always changing. And some people might say evolving, but it depends at which part that you're looking at. But like an ocean isn't necessarily linear. There's not necessarily this process of evolution, but there definitely is movement and expression within that consciousness. So let's just spend a couple moments here before we finish, just focusing on this ever-present awareness, the awareness which is aware of now. I am always in the now, Nisargadatta says. I'm always now, and this is true for you as well, of course, because you and Nisargadatta have the same true nature as awareness, as this space-like awareness which doesn't go anywhere. It's silent, it's still, it's always present in the now. It's simply watching the movie pass by. Life is a river that flows between the banks of pain and pleasure. You cannot escape this duality. As long as you are in a human body, and apparently you are, there will be this play, this oscillation between pain and pleasure. For me, this is so critical just to see the nature of mind, to see that mind, of course, is going towards pleasure. It wants pleasure, and it's avoiding pain, which it should. It's natural. It'd be a little odd if you went towards pain. There are some people who do that, but you have to look at even that. They go towards pain because for some reason it brings pleasure. But that's another topic. So just looking at this equanimity, which was a word that was bouncing around our home yesterday, equanimity, accepting pain and pleasure, accepting night and day, good and bad, the entire reality, allowing it all to appear and disappear. It doesn't mean you're a victim. It doesn't mean that things can't be changed when they can. But even before change happens, there is an acceptance of what is. There is an allowing, a seeing of what the present reality is expressing. That means thoughts are coming, feelings are coming, experiences are coming, events in the world are coming. They are presenting. Some of them last for a long time, and then they are disappearing. But this awareness, this space, is unconditional love. This awareness allows everything to appear and disappear in this presence of unconditional love. It's not trying to love. It's not trying to be unconditional love. There's no effort there. It's like the sun radiates light. There's no effort. It is what it is. The sun is what it is, that energy that illuminates the entire planet for us. The same way this light, this awareness, this love is what it is. There's no effort involved. I am always the present moment. Of course, Eckhart Tolle speaks about the power of now. What he's really saying is when you're fully present in the here and now, when you're fully present as everything that you are, then you have your full potentiality, your full capacity, your full experience of what you are, of what God is, of what reality is. But if you're not fully present in the now, in the here and now, if you're living in the past, living in the future, then your power is reduced. Access to the totality of what you are is reduced. So let go of the pain body, as Eckhart Tolle would call it. Let go of that old baggage, the old pain. That event, whatever event is that you're holding on to, remember, it only happened once. And yet the mind replays it over and over and over again ad nauseum. This is why shamans, if you're familiar with shamans, they help you to go back into the past and take that which you have left there and bring it to the present moment. So many of us, we don't feel like we're 100%. We feel like we're, I don't know. And it changes from moment to moment, but maybe one moment we do feel 100%. Another moment we feel 50% or 70%. It's because we're so shattered. There's so many aspects of ourselves that are, being focused upon in different areas in the past, the future, or some other area within our consciousness. So if everything can be fully present here and now, if you have 100% of your capacity, your power, your potentiality, your intelligence, your creativity, your wisdom, your love, your compassion, your forgiveness, your awareness, your beingness, your consciousness, if everything is here, and it is, actually, it is. Everything is here. Already, this is nothing appearing as everything. This is the absolute appearing as the reality, as the relative. It's already here. It's already happening. Already there's aliveness. But where are you? You meaning, in this context, where is your attention being placed right now? What are you identifying as? As a person? As a body? As a mind? As an ego? As a separate individual? Who are you? And that's why this question, this process of self-inquiry is so powerful and so liberating. To ask yourself, who am I? What am I? And this is a great question for the relative person as well as the absolute. Because even as the relative person, some people have told me, I don't know who I am. Here I am, but I don't know who I am. So what is needed? What is required? It's always more awareness. It's not that you have to cultivate that awareness or try to create it somehow. It's there. You just have to allow your awareness to allow more awareness. It's hard to speak about it. But everything is here. Why are we missing that which is already present? Somehow we're not paying attention. As Tony Parsons says, it's an open secret. Why? It's open because it's always here, but it's a secret as long as you're looking for it intensely as a thing, as an object, with blinders on, right? I'm a person and I'm searching for everything and I'm looking for this and that. But we're missing the fact that already it's all here, that God is the totality of consciousness. That already, as Nisargadatta says, what makes this moment special, unique? What gives it the stamp of reality? It is my own presence. Look into your presence. What is the nature of your presence? Are you aware? Do you exist as this aliveness, as this consciousness, as this beingness? Open yourself more and more to the infinite intelligence, infinite potentiality, infinite creativity. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be opened. And when you go through that door, when you go through that gate, when you look back, you'll see there never was a gate. There never was a door. Or as Rumi said it, I believe, knocking on the door, I realized I had always been knocking from the inside. Here, I had thought that I was on the outside trying to get in, but I was actually always on the inside. You are always in the heart of the beloved. You and the beloved, they are not two things. They are not even things. All there is the energy of the beloved, the love of the beloved, the compassion of the beloved. Don't just stay at the level of concepts. Go deeper. Go deeper. That is the value of a spiritual practice. It's not about the seeker, some sort of separate individual getting somewhere. It's about waking up. That's why we call it waking up, right? Opening our eyes, opening up our awareness to that which is already present, that which already is. Byron Katie says, I'm quoting a lot today, Byron Katie says, God is what is. God is this. You, the planet, the universe, all the peace and all the war, all the good and all the bad. And then Sailor Bob says, if you don't judge it, what's wrong with this moment? What's wrong with this moment? If you don't use your mind to judge and compartmentalize everything, what is wrong with this moment? This moment is just what it is. Maybe it's a mixture of pain and pleasure. Life is very dynamic. It's changing moment to moment, the expression. Happy, sad, angry, afraid. All the many emotions, all the many states of mind. Just keep seeing how all of that is changing. And yet it is the present awareness, which is really, as Nisargadatta says, it's sharing its reality with that consciousness. Without that awareness, without that light being put on that object, the object of consciousness, it wouldn't even really exist. You know? Okay, thanks for staying with me. I think I spoke too much, but it is what it is. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be at peace. Why do I share these videos? Why do I go on and on again and again about the same thing? Because for me, it's this message of love and oneness that I think can really transform the world, that can reduce suffering, alleviate suffering, that can bring more happiness, more love, more harmony throughout the universe, throughout humanity. And of course, it's just what happens. It's just what is. Who can explain why you love what you love? You just are who you are. You're just an expression of the infinite. You just do what you do. You can't explain it. It's just how the universe is expressing itself through you, through your form. So for those of you who are pure Nisargadatyans, I hope you don't mind me throwing in a few extra quotes from other people. One message, many messengers. Yeah. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your present moment. Accepting again. Pain, pleasure, pain and pleasure. Life is a river that flows between the banks of pain and pleasure. Just don't get stuck on one side. Don't get attached. Be fluid. Be fluid. Let what comes come and let what goes go. Blessings, peace, love, and namaste. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace.